Afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, Mr. Prosper.
Okay. So for today's class, we are going to continue from where we stopped in our scheme. The previous class, we discussed about what was the last topic we talked about? Sequence of tense, right?
Yes.
Alright, so in the sequence of tense, we took our time to break down the meaning of tenses and the different levels of tenses, which are what? The present, the past, and the future
Tense.
And we had our specific explanation of what future
Tense.
Okay, so the continuation of our classes, we are going to look at lexical verbs today. Lexical verb and auxiliary verb, which is the next topic we are looking into. First of all, before we go deeper, what is lexical verb? The previous lessons we have been talking about, we said that lexical verb is also known as what? A main word. And what is the main verb? The main verb simply means a verb that is used alone in a given sentence. Okay, so we are going to break or throw more light into the meaning or the nature of a lexical verb. Now, why do we call the main verb a lexical verb? That is the question now. It's called a lexical verb because it is used to create formation of new words. I will explain. Lexical verb simply means a verb expression or a verbal expression that can be used to create new words from a verb by use of what we call inflection. I'm going to explain. Now, what inflection simply means, a form of a suffix that can be added to a main verb which can convert it to a new word. For instance, we have the action dance. Watch. This is a main verb. It becomes lexical in nature because we can add some forms or units of suffix to this particular word, thereby converting it to become what? Another word. Now I'll be listing some words or some elements we can add to the main verb which can change it to become what? Another word. Now we have elements like the S, please follow me. We have elements like the ES, we have elements like the ET. Are you there?
Yes.
We have elements like the ING. Good. So it becomes lexical because by means of inflection, any of these elements can be added to the verb and thereby converting it to become what? A new form of what? Word. Now which of these elements can easily blend with the verb here? We can use what? This one, right?
Yes.
We can also use this one to become what? A regular verb. Remember what a regular verb is, right?
Yes.
The verb that ends with the suffix ed. We can also use the ing to convert it into what? A continuous word tense. Take note of that, please. That is why we call lexical verbs this type of verbs. Because by means of inflection, the verb can be converted or new words can be formed. Do you get it now?
Yes.
Good. Now I'll be giving more examples. Let's take an example. We have teach. Now watch. From this particular verb, which of these elements can be added here to form a new word? ES, right?
Yes.
When we add ES, automatically we have created a new word, which is what? Teaches. Which other element can be added there? ING. When you add your ING, automatically you've created a continuous word form. Take note of that. Now, remember in this part now, this place is under what? The regular verbs, true or false? Now, under the participles, I've told you about participles now. Different verbs that are created from the present form of a verb, true or false? And we have the regular and what? The irregular verbs. We also have the present, the past, and the past participle. Now, under this, is this regular or irregular? This is what? Irregular, right? Because when you convert it in your past form, the verb changes, right? It becomes what? Thought. And then your past participle also becomes what? Thought. Take note of that. That is why it is called what? A lexical word. But the main knowledge is it is also called a main verb. Take note. But why it is called a lexical verb is because of the nature of inflection. I repeat, what did I say? Inflection. Because of the nature of what?
Inflection.
Now that inflection, like I said, is a form of suffix that when you add it to that particular verb, it can convert it to a different form of what? A verb. Or a new word can also be formed. Do you get it now?
Yes.
Alright, so that is all about the lexical verb. Let's take down the definition. A lexical verb is a verb expression lexical verb is a verb expression that can create the formation. A lexical verb is a verb expression that can create the formation of new formed words. That can create the formation of new formed words. That can create the formation of new formed words by method of inflection. By method of inflection. Inflection is spelled as I-N-F-L-E-C-T-I-O-N, as method of inflection. Remember, inflection is more as or a connection with suffix. You know, suffix simply means unit words added at the ending of the word. True or false? Good. So it has a connection with the formation of new words. Take note of that. Now we are going to be taking down some examples. Alright, let's look at the elements. Write down the elements that can be used in inflection when a verb is concerned. Use these elements. Some topic. Let me give you some topic. Elements that are used as a method of inflection. Elements that are used as a method of inflection. Elements that are used as a method of inflection with a lexical verb. They are, please, each element I call, you put it in quotation mark. Okay, they are, we have the S, use this one. We have the S, the next one we have the ES, the next one we have the ED and the ING. The next one we have the final one we have the ING. The final one we have the ING. The final one we have the ING. Now watch, between 1 and 2, look up everybody please. Look up, stop writing for a second. Between the first element and the second element, this 2 is used to differentiate. Remember what I taught you in Concord. It's used to differentiate between a singular verb and a plural word. Verb. Are you getting it now? Yes. Remember one of the rules of Concord, a singular subject is used with a singular verb. It's in this area now that you can differentiate it. When you put S here, automatically it becomes a singular verb. I hope you know that. Yes. Take note of that, please. So the inflection also affects the nature of the verb, either as a